Hello and welcome to an episode of BNU Noise Makers with me, Peter, and today I'm with graduate Devika Santhosh.
Hello.
Hi Devika, how are you doing?
Good, and you?
Fine, thank you, fine. What course did you do and when did you graduate?
I did the BA Songwriting course.
Lovely.
And I just recently graduated in 2024.
Lovely. It was the last graduation I went to and you were standing at the front talking.
Was I?
Yeah. What was that all about?
Don't know. Someone just suggested that I should be valedictorian, and that's how I ended up going up and talking to a bunch of people that I would never do usually. But it was an honour.
Yeah. There's an Instagram post about it.
Is there?
Yeah.
We don't mention those things.
Fair enough. Yeah. It was very good. It was very good and very nice, wasn't it? Was it Paul Fields that you
It was Paul Fields,
right.
yes.
What a nice chap. What a nice chap. Yeah. So how does it feel to be back at the university? I know it hasn't been that long. What year did you graduate, sorry?
2024.
Thank you very much. I know it hasn't been very long.
No.
How does it feel to be back?
Just like home, really, because apart from here, it's just, I've never felt like home anywhere else. After coming from Dubai, it's been nice to step back in every now and then and just come and meet you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, special memories from being at university.
Ooh, not your dad jokes. I would say jam nights here are like really special to me, especially because the day that I came into this university, just performing on stage was like that little girl's dream thing. So as soon as I came, it was when Robert Peters was here.
Oh yeah, Bobby.
Bob. Yeah. I get the name D from him actually. Yeah. So he was quite inspiring. And on the day I arrived, he was like, "We need a singer. You're going to be the singer." And then that exact same evening, I was on stage performing, and Paul Fields talks about it to this day, embarrassingly.
Yeah.
But jam nights were amazing. It was just where everyone came together and it just felt so much like a community, more than just students coming and taking part.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your student experience then. Obviously, it's only just ended. But,
Yeah.
But what was it like being a Bucks University student for that 3 years?
Wow. I actually had an amazing experience, though some may find it more onto like, oh, I just want to get done with university, get this degree and head out there. For me, it was genuinely just felt like a journey, and I just kept growing and learning more and just was so dazzled by all of this equipment and things that I didn't know about until I sat through your lectures, Jer's lectures, Warren's lectures. And yeah, it's always been exciting to, well, I might sound like a crazy person saying this, but I always wanted to just wake up and come here. Every lecture that I had, except for the one that I missed because I was sick, I don't think I've ever missed a lecture.
Right.
And that's just how much I loved being in this environment. And yeah, it was a journey of ups more than downs. Of course, the assignments, everything, it actually just helped me explore myself even more and do a lot of things that I thought that I wouldn't, apart from songwriting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I just grew a lot.
So, originally from Dubai.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of universities between here and Dubai. So not to put you on the spot, but what happened at Bucks University that made you think that this was going to be something that you wanted to do?
So, if not Bucks, it was actually supposed to be Berkeley.
Yeah.
That was my first thing, but this was my second option, and I just read the description, and I didn't want to give the interview for Berkeley anymore because I was just really happy with what I was seeing, what I was reading, and I had that interview with Paul Fields, and it just felt so natural. It felt like I was already included in it, and this was during COVID, the end of COVID, and I had to miss a year, and so throughout the year, me and Paul kept in touch, and it was amazing because it's almost like I was meant to be here more than Berkeley.
Right.
So I'm glad I took that step because a part of me really was like, oh, Berkeley. yeah, that's my first option, so I need to go for that. But not really. It really depends on where your heart lies, and I think my heart laid here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So obviously, compared to the big universities in all sorts of different countries, Bucks University is very small, isn't it? It's a much smaller.
Might be, yeah.
How many people were in your class?
4.
Okay.
Only 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's obviously advantages and disadvantages to that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you think there was looking for a sort of example and advantage of that? Obviously, when you email a lecturer, they email you back. But no.
See, now you're hitting all the right points, but I really think there was no disadvantage, to be honest. I think I was the first batch for songwriting, actually, and all 4 of us, we were just. It's like automatically you just become one, because especially when you're a really tiny group, you just kind of share your ideas, and it was quite diverse as well. There was someone from High Wycombe, there was someone from Portugal, Brazil. I was from Dubai. Like you would assume that there would be cultural differences that come in between, but not really. I think the world of music is like, it doesn't matter where you come from, really. Yeah. It's all about just getting together. But yeah, I think an advantage definitely was that a lecturer was definitely able to give us individual attention.
Yeah.
But I think that's also possible in a class of 20.
Yeah, sure.
It's just all about how you approach it, and just become best friends with your lecturer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good tactic.
Yeah.
So what kind of lectures were you in then for your songwriting course then? What kind of different things were you doing?
I think we did songwriting. It was called songwriting practice, songwriting principles, all of that. But it's mainly like composition, just diving into the softwares to use. That's like what you start off with. Even with Jer, we did intro to Pro Tools and all of that, which,
great.
To be honest, there are a few of us who come in knowing those things, but I was one that didn't know anything.
Okay.
So these were like so beneficial, and it really helped me down the line.
Yeah.
So those were the starting ones, and then we went into film composition. We went into just a lot of the studio sessions. I think Jer did one about sound installations, and it was quite diverse. I think even though your course says songwriting, you kind of are exposed to literally everything. The only thing I think we didn't do was live sound, but that's literally the only thing we didn't do. So I was always in the studios. I was always in the rehearsal pod. I was always in Brett's classes for songwriting, and it was all great. Yeah. So
quite diverse.
Really, yeah. It was amazing. Yeah.
So, what was your toughest piece of coursework then be, do you think?
I think we had to make a score for a game. It was in my last year, I think, the first sem. And Arthur's the one who took that class for us.
Cool.
And I never imagined myself trying to make a score for a game, but I think, there's one of those things where, I'd love to try it someday. And it turned out to be really good. And I think that was also like kind of a self-discovery that, hey, this is something I can do down the line. Which, funnily enough, just last year, I was at Abbey Road and I met Stephen Barton, who is a Grammy-winning game score producer of like the likes of Star Wars and Call of Duty, which I also played a lot. And I was able to have a conversation with him, which I don't think if I wasn't exposed to that course, I don't think I would have been able to like hold a conversation.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So it was really, really like nice to just reflect back that day on the time here and like how challenging, and you just have times where you break down and you're like, oh, this is just absolute rubbish. And but that was challenging but insightful.
Yeah. And so would you say that's the piece of course that you got the most out of, or is there anything else?
Oh no, I don't think I could say that for any of it. I think it's more like I've gotten a bit out of everything.
Yeah, okay.
It's just been like that.
Yeah. Could you talk to me a little bit about the opportunities that you had received while you were a student here, things that you said yes to, things that came up that were available to you as a student here?
I think, one thing that comes to my mind is first year, and I got an opportunity to do a collaborative work with a major label. And that, though it was not an up, it was a down, but I said yes to it. And I always believe saying yes to everything is something that you should keep in your mind when you do anything here. And some of the other opportunities I got was just a lot of collaborative work, to be honest. Just when you're working with other students of the same department, whether they're producers or like instrumentalists, you just get exposed to things like being a vocalist for a soundtrack they want to use for a fashion show, for example.
Sure.
That was one thing I never imagined doing, but I did anyways.
Yeah.
And then diving into genres of like drum and bass, which is the opposite of what I do.
Yeah.
So those are opportunities and just connections you make. I feel like connections are opportunities. This is something that I would say to anyone. So just go out there and expose yourself to the world. Yeah.
Lovely. So you started the university at 21?
Yeah. 21.
So what were the facilities like then compared to now? What upgrades did we get during that time period?
Studio was not the same.
Yeah.
It's been upgraded to analog, but
What about Studio One? Was it always Dolby Atmos? And
oh no, Studio One was actually not Dolby Atmos until I think 2022, was it?
I think we might have had 2 years, 3 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't that, which kind of changed the modules as well. But I think it was an amazing upgrade because the kind of music you can make in there now is just incredible.
Yeah.
But I think those are the things.
Yeah. Were the facilities a factor, do you think, for you in your course being as sort of successful as you're saying at the moment in the way that you've sort of approached it?
I think that it's definitely a factor in a positive way because I was exposed to more of this side than if it was how it was in 2021.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it was a factor as in it influenced my decisions. It was a factor in learning.
Sure. Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
And I think I just felt really lucky to like be there when it happened.
Dee, so tell me a little bit about what you're up to these days and where you are in your career at the moment.
I am actually freelancing quite a lot, but at the same time also like diving into the industry work-wise. And I have been working on a release of my own, which is very humbling, I must say, and exposure to the whole social media thing and going public after like 5 years, which was kind of a big step for me. So that and constantly songwriting, really, and constantly singing and annoying everyone around me.
You got a lot of collaboration opportunities.
Way too much now. I'm part of this 3-go jazz band and we're performing, and I am also producing with someone who does film music in India, and I'm also, it's like a mix of everything, and I've also exposed myself to live sound, which I didn't do here. So say yes to everything. But I got an opportunity. I've done a few live shows. I've put up a few live shows on my own, and it's just been amazing because I realized that I really love doing it. Besides being a singer, I just love being behind the scenes sometimes and just appreciating the work that goes on behind. And that's what I've been up to recently and since the past few months, really.
So what's the overall goal for you at the moment then, did you say?
To be on a massive stage and sing.
Yeah. As an artist? Or?
As an artist, definitely as an artist, and just perform and do what makes me happy, really. And the dream is definitely to just, big or small, just be happy with what I do, and that's just putting my music out for the world.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, advice time. So, obviously, I've got students who are current students. I've got people in the industry, and I've got people that are thinking about coming onto this course.
Right.
So, have you got any advice for maybe, first of all, the people that are thinking about coming to university and wanting to do songwriting or wanting to do some sort of music stuff?
I think my advice for them would be, do it. Just go for it. Just apply for it. Get in. It's all with the flow as soon as you're in here. But I would say like something that I went through while applying was the conflict of, oh, will I have a job at the end of the day? Will I get anything from this? Should I just stick to a finance job? Should I become a teacher? But no, trust me, it's a big step, but take that step. That's my advice for them. Just don't double think it. The minute you decided that you wanted to, don't double think it, just do it. And you're going to grow a lot when you come in.
A lot of people that come in and do these talks, or graduates or whatever, talk a lot bit about creating their own opportunities at university. It's almost that saying, isn't it? You only get out what you put in. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the people that are current students, I guess you want to say the same, do you? You want to sort of say that you just have to push for all the opportunities that are available to you to learn as much as possible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think definitely exactly what you said. Like, you get what you give, and it's not just in regards to being perfect scoring or like getting those grades. It's also like just have that small talk with your professor, or have that small talk with your friends, and just if you feel like you're insecure about something related to your music, have a talk with someone you feel like is a safe space for you. I personally was someone who just wouldn't talk and would be in the corner, just like observing everything, but came out as the person who's talking to other people about things I've been through. Yeah. So it's something about be there, do that, say yes, sort of thing. Yeah.
Is there anything that you regret when you were thinking about your degree? Not to bring a disappointing note on the end of it, but is there anything that you think you wish you had done doing your degree, or or more time on something, or is there anything that you sort of look back on now?
I think that more studio time. I think I've been in quite a lot, but I think that I should have been in way more. Okay. And just I think more than when it's most of my sessions that I've had here is just collaborative, and just someone or the other would be there with me. I think I should have been in more often on my own. Right. This is what I regret not doing.
Yeah.
It's just learning on my own. And
you always were working with somebody, weren't you? Every time I ever walked past the studio door. But I think that's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a really good thing, but
that's real world.
Yeah, so technically it's not a big of a regret, but other than that, I really can't think of anything. I think because I just took hold of every opportunity I had. It's actually you who told me that you regret sometimes that you should have said yes to things that you didn't.
Yes, that's right.
And I was like, I don't want to be him. Because of that, Peter, I didn't want to be a Peter, so I became a D, and I just ate my thing, and I said yes to everything.
Good.
Casual roast.
Casual, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for that, actually. You see how I've become now. And
yes, exactly. No,
a part of it is thanks to you. So
I do remember having that chat with you after lecture once.
I'm glad.
Yeah. And you were like, Peter, what advice can you give me at this point in my life?
See, now that was one of the small talks. So have those small talks. Yeah, it really helped.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, Dee, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank
Great to see you.
you.
Well done for this. Thank you very much.